I bet this is another one here. Myth number 5, it's important to develop the abdominal muscles for core strength. Got to get
Okay,
that
perfect.
six pack. Come on, let's get it.
Yeah, I love that one. I think this is a good myth probably to end with, unless you had some others that you want to share. But this kind of pulls together additionally neuromuscular balancing. I was talking about it being a 3-pronged approach where you're shortening long muscles and lengthening short muscles. A lot of people think of the core as this abdominal region. And from a neuromuscular balancing perspective, I think of the core, if we're going to use bone structure, I'll use the actual pelvis as my thought of the core, because you have the pelvis, your legs hang off of your pelvis, and your torso sits on it. So that right there is pretty indicative of your center. And if the pelvis is tipped a little bit forward, then you have short front thigh and hip flexor muscles and overstretched back, weaker muscles in the glutes and hamstrings. If it's tipped one way a little higher than the other, so that might create a functionally short leg, there's a muscle responsible for getting that back into balance as well. And another way it could be tipped is rotationally, and that's where you see one leg might start to go out a little bit. So I like to use the pelvis as the core, and I often start right there with people, unless they had some very specific acute pain that we wanted to address a little bit more symptomatically first. But I use the pelvis as the main causal area to first start, where everything emanates from. So that's bone-wise. From a muscle perspective-wise, instead of thinking about abdominal muscles or erectors in the back along the spine or things like that, core muscle groups that I relate to frequently around thinking about the core is actually the gluteal muscles, the big muscles in our butt, and the hip flexor muscles, which are the ones that are getting contracted short when we're sitting. So if we can get the hip flexors strong, hip flexors longer and relaxed, and the glutes stronger, and generally getting the hamstrings as well stronger, that'll seat our core really well.